explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
Welcome to This Week with Sheriff Dave Phalen, a weekly program that we have each and every week on a number of our radio affiliates throughout Lancaster and Fairfield County, and certainly the folks over at LSN Television. We do appreciate each and every one of you joining us. We have a lot of guests from within the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, and this week we have Lt Tim Voris back by popular demand.
Sheriff, how you doing, sir?
And you have been on the radio and the television program many times over the years.
Many times.
And
yes, sir.
Always bring a lot of good information. You always bring a lot of updated things that are pretty current
yes,
to what's
sir.
going on.
Well, we are continually staying busy in Fairfield County. Right now, as you know, our scrap program is very successful. Sergeant Hamler and our deputies are out working hard every day, doing a really great job with that.
And for our viewers and listeners that may not know what the scrap team is,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about what that team represents.
Well, our Street Crimes Reduction Apprehension Program was implemented by you, as you know, last year when we took our school resource officers, put them on patrol. We selected some officers to do some directed patrol or interdiction within the county, looking for complaints that we got in from narcotics-related calls, and they would go out immediately, go to those residences, go to those areas where we're having problems, and it's been a really successful program.
Yeah, I talked to Sergeant Hamler. It seemed like within the first 7 weeks of that program this summer, they had like 10 methamphetamine labs that they hit.
Yes.
And countless arrests.
Well, since June, we've made about 125 arrests so far. Filed several felony charges and misdemeanor charges, recovered several vehicles, hundreds of pounds of marijuana, and we found in one example, about $8,000 in heroin on one traffic stop.
Wow. And so, beyond the fact that we're getting drug dealers off the street, those kind of things, the other thing I think we're going to see trending here in the next few months is because so many of these people that are involved in drugs are involved in other criminal offenses, right, where they're breaking in houses, breaking in cars. So my sense is, as long as we keep the pressure on the drug dealers, the drug users, that eventually, and we have a record number of prisoners in our jail, as you know, we're going to see some of these other types of offenses start to decline.
Yes, I think we will. We're kind of seeing that a little bit right now. We made some really great arrests from the patrol end of things. An individual the other day we had arrested in Millersport. Joseph Smith was breaking into homes up there. Night shift patrol found him up there hiding within an outside building. So they're really making a great impact on stopping some of these things. We're working on the drug side of this. So I think those collaborative efforts of law enforcement, narcotics, the law enforcement being proactive from our patrol side, right. We're really making a positive impact on slowing some things down that's happening.
And I think one of the things that I've really been happy about with the scrap team is the fact that it's just not the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, it's the Lancaster Police Department that have been a part of that, along with the Pickerington Police Department.
Yes. Yeah, and it's been a group effort where we're working with those. Pickerington has an officer working with us. Lancaster has the officers. And these guys have just did a really great job of going out into the areas where we're getting calls. I got a call the other day from Wayne Campbell from Pickerington. As you know, his son Tyler had died from an overdose of drugs. Yeah. And he has been a very proactive person in favor of a lot of these things. And he called and he said, hey, I'm getting some tips. Here's some ideas. Here's some suggestions to do, to follow up on. Here's some things that you can work with. And we've got a really great relationship with Pickerington. As you know, we're working to do some enforcement in that areas on our schools, with our drugs more often in our parking lots at the schools and stuff, with our canines. So it's making an impact. We're taking a few steps forward, Sheriff.
And I know a few weeks ago we had at the gazebo in downtown Lancaster the Solace Group, and that is a group of family members that have lost loved ones primarily to drug overdose deaths and those kind of things. They had a nice turnout. They're going to be doing some other things. But again, we have a really great community that has really kind of rallied around this problem, from the prevention side, from the enforcement side, from the treatment side, and certainly every chance I get, I plug what Loretta, my wife, has done with,
Sure.
with Grace Haven, now 2 homes. She's had probably 80 girls that have gone through that. And so those kind of community efforts where we're kind of working as a team, a lot of people working together. And the thing that we always talk about too is I think sometimes Lancaster and Fairfield County kind of get a bum rap in the fact that they say, I've heard such things as, it's the biggest drug area in the state of Ohio. It's got the worst problem ever. The reality is we are like any other community, whether it's Newark, whether it's Zanesville, whether it's New Lex, you name it, we certainly have a problem with drugs. And we certainly would be disingenuous if we said that wasn't the case. But the reality is we do live in a safe and secure community.
We do.
But what I think makes Fairfield County a little bit unique is we don't try to put these things under the carpet. We are saying this is an issue, we're going to work to address it, and we're going to work to put things, programs, strategies in place to help reduce and stop some of the problems we've had with drugs coming into our community.
Yeah, and I think a couple of those things have attributed to your relationship with the news media, because that relationship has fostered a lot of positive things that we're doing in Fairfield County, like our programs that we do. When we implement a program, it's very positive from the press. They're working with us, they're writing with us, they're going out, they're actually seeing what our officers are doing and reporting that back to the public so that they're actually seeing what our officers are doing every day.
Yeah, and I was surprised at the number of calls that we got to ride along with the scrap team. I think 2 of the television networks in Columbus did major pieces on our scrap team.
Yes.
Along certainly with the Eagle Gazette, who does a good job letting people know what's going on locally. Columbus Dispatch, Mary Beth Lane, and the folks over there have really been helpful as far as letting us use that vehicle to get our message out.
Yeah, and today, where we're at, I think is a great, JT has really done a great idea with this program here, and these young students that you're seeing behind these cameras here today, in getting the message out to the public so they can actually see a program, see the officers' faces. We give them some pictures on a PowerPoint so they can kind of plug in some of the things that we're taking out there in the field. So I attribute some of those things to JT as a great example, working with us in law enforcement, working with law enforcement to get a message out that's a positive image of the sheriff's office.
Yeah, for a number of years we did this program, certainly on the radio, and did that for about 10 years. And JT Burcham, Fairfield Christian Academy, approached me about maybe taking this to another level when we put it on LSN television. Now it is on 2 of the radio stations, hopefully to be on a 3rd radio station. And so these are the kind of things where you reach a certain group of people with one media outlet, but if you combine those all together, we really have an ability today to share information. A lot of people get that. A lot of people say they watch this program and appreciate the information that they get from it.
Exactly. And we'd even talk maybe at some point in time looking at some training, using a little bit of this time to train our public in some of our programs, some educational things that we can bring to them in the future here. So there's a lot of great value to this, and we're very appreciative to JT and his team.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea. There may be some programs where we want to take our camera crews and people off-site and actually go maybe into the jail and see what's in the jail. Maybe go to a crime scene,
right,
where we're going to go and process the crime scene. Maybe set them up to ride near the scrap team when they're out there at night making drug stops. So certainly some great ideas and some things we can do for programming into the future.
Yep, for sure. Community Watch. Want to talk a little bit about our Community Watch, Sheriff?
Yes.
Great program.
Coming up, too. We got a class starting,
Yes,
right?
sir. Coming up November the 12th. It's going to run that week through the 16th. Graduation will be at the Liberty Center on the 16th. We're looking forward for a few good men and women to join our team.
So if someone's interested, and again, a lot of times there's an assumption from us, everybody knows what we're talking about. Tell us briefly what the Community Watch team is, and then if there's a person out there that wants to be a part of this, how they become a part of the Community Watch group.
All right, our Community Watch program, we have men and women who have various talents and gifts, who are some of them retired, some of them are school teachers, former law enforcement, various types of backgrounds that want to give back to Fairfield County. They want to dedicate their time, their talents to making their neighborhoods safe and secure. They come in and they donate their time to writing and cruiser. We take an old cruiser, says Community Watch on it, and they'll take them out into the neighborhoods. They'll patrol some of those neighborhoods, document some suspicious activity they may see. As an example, our officers were out walking in Millersport one evening. They smelled an odor of gas. We had a serious gas leak in the village of Millersport.
Right.
Able to make the appropriate contacts, shut that down, made it safe and secure for that area, just by a couple people walking along the street, being observant, watching what's going on in their neighborhoods. So it's a great group of men and women that want to help. If you're out there, if you're interested in becoming a member of our Community Watch team and you want to help your neighborhood, give us a call. Call Pam at 740-652-7252, and she'll direct you with the appropriate information. We have an application process, and stop by the Sheriff's Office at 342 Wheeling Street. We'll get you an application also, get you signed up for the program.
Now, there's also information on the website
Yes, sir.
at www.sheriff.fairfield.oh.us.
Yes, sir.
That's www.sheriff.fairfield.oh.us.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for kind of helping me through
Not
that
a
one.
problem, sir. The same way sometimes. So it's a great program. It's been very successful. A lot of great people giving back to their community.
Lieutenant, we're on any last minute. We got a minute or two here. Anything else we need that we missed?
No, I don't think so. We're going to continue to stay active in Fairfield County, working with our programs, staying busy with Community Watch, doing a lot of those things, trying to get our canine out more available for businesses during the day. So
Right.
we may be stopping in and visiting your business with our canine just to say hi. if
And
you
certainly
need anything.
taking the canine around to the schools.
Into the schools. We're going to be busy with the schools. So John Williamson's going to work with me a little bit on getting more access to some of these school searches and things like that. So we're going to enhance that program a little bit.
Again, coming up very soon is the Fairfield County Fair.
Fairfield County
We will
Fair.
be out there, and
Yep.
we will be out there meeting and greeting. It's a great time of the year to kind of reconnect with a lot of our
Yeah,
citizens.
stop out, see Sheriff Phalen. We got a lot of giveaways to give you this year.
Lieutenant Tim Voris with us today, head of our Community Watch, our specials, and kind of our community outreach part of the Sheriff's Office. The clock on the wall says we've got to go, and do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week, and certainly the folks here at Fairfield Christian Academy that produce and put this together, all the students, and many, many behind the scene that give us an opportunity, a venue to share things going on within the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. Until next week, same time, same place. If you're out there driving, buckle up, and we'll see you right here next week, and God bless.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.